Hey, everybody. Hi, how are you? It's worth the risk, my friends. It is worth the risk. That business that you started, that business that you're thinking about starting, that business that keeps you up at night, it's worth the risk. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about risk. Excuse me. Now, my name is Yvette Guerrero, and if we have not met before, I come to you live in this community Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So if you're going to be joining me live, let me know where you're joining me from. And if you're watching the replay, also let me know where you're watching from because let's talk a little bit about risk today. And let's get a little bit more comfortable with the risk and what we're doing. How does risk play a part in that? I'm telling you, I still struggle with my voice, but I'm here. All right, everybody. It's been a while, a couple of weeks. I haven't seen you. How is everybody doing? How is business going? Yes, everything is super static. Yeah, everything is going very well. Um, Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, you're winning, you're working. Just keep going. Don't stop. Just keep plugging in. Just keep doing the doggone thing that you know you're supposed to be doing and get the results you need to get. So, let's talk a little bit about risks because I primarily come here talk a little bit about social media, but on Mondays we talk Mondays mindset. Let me make sure that yeah, I got it. We talk Mondays mindset, and I want to talk a little bit about today. But first of all, I want to let you know that I'm doing well. I hope you are as well. Yes, wasn't doing so well before a couple of weeks. Had some things come up, some emergency family situations, but it's okay because that is all a part of it as well. So now I'm here. Let's talk a little bit about what we're about here on social media, what we're about here in our business, what we're about here to accomplish so we can help others to do the same, whether it's with social media strategies, tips, and tools. So if you're here in this community, wherever you are in your business, as an entrepreneur, a network marketer, a social seller, whoever, we all are and going to or have encountered risk. There is risk, my friends, in everything that we're doing. Yeah, I know a lot of folks don't like to talk about, man, it's risk. Oh man, what's gonna happen? Risk? I don't take no risk. I ain't taking no risk. I'm gonna lose this, I'm gonna lose that. I ain't taking no risk, because oh, that's not gonna work out for me. You talk about risk? Risk is in everything that we do, in our business, in our life. And think about it like this. You and I get in our motor cars all day long, right? Or jump on our bicycles all day long, on our motorcycles all day long. We take the elevator. We walk on the street. We we go into the coffee shop. We go to the supermarket. We just are out there. We're in the movie theaters. Who knows? Remember now, unless you're a fortune teller, you can tell what's going to happen in the next minute or the next second. I don't know about that. But when we go to these places, you're taking a risk either with your life or with your mind. Just take something. What is going to happen in the next minute or the next hour? Yeah, there might be a plan, but it doesn't necessarily work like that. So just by being there is taking a risk. Just by being there, yes, we're going to follow a plan. Yeah, we go to this auditorium, we go for this meeting. But in a split second, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen in that split second. So it's the same thing in our regular life, in our business. When I was doing project management at one point in time, I was doing this master's degree and I had to do project management at a point. And for those of you out there who have done project management or done stuff like that, know that when in the project development, every so often you have got to have a risk plan, a plan, because you can start at 8 o'clock, and you want to finish at 8 o'clock. But during those hours, there's some things along in the process. It can break, it can stop, it can block up. Somebody can get hurt, things can happen, run out of material, yada 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 yada. So we've got to have a risk plan just in case when we get to that, even before we know that it's going to happen. We've got to put this in place because things happen in life. Huh? I know some of us, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Well, my friends, my good buddies, my work business partners, my life has risk. Everything that we're doing has risk. So we have got to have a plan. That's why people plan. If there was no need to mitigate the risk, then there wouldn't be any need to, you could just go willy-nilly and just keep going down the road. But there is risk in everything. So you go in that airplane, you give your life over to that pilot, right? How many of us love to fly, love to travel? Let me raise my hand. I love to travel. And I step in that airplane, I am helpless for the most part. I go in my seat, I put my seatbelt on, and I sit back and give the instructions, you get the food and all of that. And guess what? You're at the mercy of that pilot and whatever else he's doing and whatever else is happening in the atmosphere, wherever you are in the world. You may not even know where you are. But you're leaving at 3 o'clock and you're supposed to be landing by 6:30, whatever that is, wherever you're going. And that's all you have on your mind, your departure time and your arrival time, and who's going to pick you up. Have you thought about the risk? The risk that's some calculated risks, my friend, that we take with ourselves, but necessary, right? Or you're going to get there if you don't fly. You're going to either get on the boat or, you ride your bicycle? Can you get on your motorcycle? So I'm just laughing because I fly all the time. I cruise all the time. I get in my motor car all the time. And we don't think that way. We really don't. We don't think that everything we're doing in this life has some risk. We really don't think that way. Should we? I don't know. Should we think that way? Maybe not. But we should be aware. We should be aware. So when things happen, we're not like, oh my gosh, why did this have to happen? You know, because it doesn't always run in a straight line. Everything that we do is as some level of risk in there, right? Would you agree with that? So just like it is in our business, right? Just like it is in our business. Now, some of us that I know, we want the business to run smooth. You ever pour some cooking oil out of the bottle and it's just so smooth, man. Just so smooth. Want a business? No, we don't want any hiccups. We don't want any problems. We don't want nobody leaving our team. We want to build a solid business, and we don't want to, we just want to build, and we don't want nothing should happen. No attrition. No problems. No, we want to sell our products. We want to make 10 sales today, and we're gonna milk it out. Right? You know what I'm talking about. So we just have, yes, nothing is wrong with having a positive outlook, positive mindset, positivity. Yeah, I preach that all day long. You got to be positive, you got to be optimistic. But when things happen, when you didn't make that sale, when you didn't enroll that team member, when you didn't, your funnel broke, when your website shut down, whatever it is, when the dog didn't bark, he got sick and you didn't even realize, when your car didn't start, yeah, things happen, right? Because the things that we are going through all the time has some kind of hidden little features in there that me and you can't tell until it happened, right? So everything in life brings on a certain amount of risk taking. Yeah, you walking on the street and you're at the crosswalk and you want to cross the road, The light turns, you see the white hand and it says walk. But when you look, there's a car coming down the road. You'll be like, oh my goodness, they're running the red light, right? Yeah, you run the risk of being hit, although you had the right of way to walk. See where I'm going with that? So, but if you weren't like paying attention, you wouldn't even see that car coming. So we pay attention. We can. There are certain things we just don't have control over. We talk about control the controllables. Yeah, we. Yes, it was my time to cross the street, but it wasn't that car's time to be running down and hitting me on the crosswalk or whatever the case may be, or maybe almost hit me or something like that. So everything, and it's true that our risk, we look at the risk as a lot of times as we're failing. Mm, mm, mm. As we are failing, when things happen, I'm like, man, this is a failing. I'm just failing, and nothing happening for me. You just, I'm failing, and sometimes because of that, we miss out on opportunities. We miss out on opportunities because we don't want to take the risk, because we are associating the risk, if it happens, with failure. It's like doom and gloom. What if I remind you that in everything that you're gonna be successful in, there's gonna be some failures along the way. Yes? And failure, it's not like it's the opposite of success. It's a part of the success, because it allows you to do some adjustments, make some reviews, look at things maybe in a different way. Yeah. So that's why the project manager has to have that risk plan in between all that he's doing, just in case this happened. You got something right there that deals with it, just like in our business and in our life. For example, for example, when I had to travel out the other day and to take care of some emergency, I knew that there's some things. It's just like a whirlwind. It was just moving so fast, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, I won't be able to do this, won't be able to do that. I don't see my people. I'm not gonna show up. Things are happening and moving so fast, but at the same time, you got to deal with the emergency." So yeah, some things are gonna be left out. Some things are gonna get done, and so I'm not failing in my responsibilities to do the. Yeah, that it might not get done, but sometimes it make you feel like, man, I just failed my people. I just failed that. No, I had to remind myself that these are some of the things that's going to happen in my life and in my business, and I'm going to deal with it, and then I'm going to pivot, I'm going to address it, I'm going to do what I'm. Yeah, because the risk is in everything. What would be the risk if I can be like, man, I got a business to run, that emergency can't wait. Maybe someone would have died, or maybe in the hospital, or all kinds of reasons. Huh? So we've got to weigh things, but we always got to remember that everything we do has risk, and not to be afraid. Not to be afraid that taking those risks is going to cause us to fail. Now, I want to bring something to your attention. And if some of you that, we talk about change all the time, which is inevitable, right? But let's look at what's taking the airwaves by storm. Artificial intelligence. Is there a risk associated with getting down in that rabbit hole of artificial intelligence? Are you going to take that risk of using that platform, ChatGPT, or all the others that are coming up? Are you going to take that risk so you can maybe do better in your business, maybe do better in your content? Are you going to take that, or are you going to be like, man, I ain't taking that risk? So you're going to risk yourself of not moving forward or not keeping up with the times. Yes, a lot of folks are questioning artificial intelligence. I know. Yep. You have to pause. This is where we're at, my friends. This is it right here. You remember when the internet was coming into being? I remember that. Now look at where we are with the internet. Look at where we are with our social networks. Look at where we are. Now we have another thing coming up on us. Huh? Artificial intelligence. First of all, before we got there were the robots in all the manufacturing industries. Most of them, I should say, use robots to help with their assembly and this and packaging and so on. Now we are actually getting into the human mind. It's a little scary, right? Yeah, now we're kind of pulling information out of the human mind in an artificial way, using the computer, using making all that the software and cloning up and you guys and all of us, we need to embrace that kind of way, because when the internet was coming into being, folks were like, man, I remember this particular lady said to me, Yvette, that's the first Antichrist. I was like, oh, that's the first Antichrist. I'm not interested in it. I don't want to use it. Uh, yeah. I don't even know if now she actually does use the computer. And she was so far away from all of that. Now look at where we are. You go into the program Chat GPT, or they have so many other names. I'm gonna have to write that down one day, but this is the one that I'm more familiar with. And you plug in, you set up your account and you plug in your information, and it just spits out all kinds of stuff, and you'll be like, what? Then of course it can clone up your little voice. Now, listen to me, people. Now, I don't know what your thinking is. I don't know where your thought process is, but I'm telling you, today is Monday's Mindset. And what if you could look at risk in a different way as you proceed in your business? What if you could look at risk as not failing? What if you could proceed with your life and proceed with your business, knowing that there are risks associated with it? So when you get to that area, they'll be like, man, that's a big risk. I don't have that amount of money. I don't have that. I can't afford this business. I can't afford to invest in myself. I can't afford to buy that. Oh, that's gonna help me, but I just can't afford it. We have got to take a pause and look at how, by taking that risk, where is it gonna land you? Are you gonna be better off or not? Whether it's in your business or in your life. So risk is in everything. Tell me that you're gonna stop driving. Tell me that you're gonna stop walking to the park. Tell me you're gonna stop flying. Tell me you're not gonna get on Chat GPT and look at that, what that artificial intelligence thing is spitting out in the back and telling you, giving you all these robust information. Where the hell is it getting it from? Right? Now, what else is coming, my friends? I'm going to leave you so you can think about that. Now, this is a new era. Things have evolved. And I'm going to bring you back to a point when God made us. He made us in such a way. He knew that He had placed in us everything that we need, right? But He also gave us choices, and He gave man the ability to gain knowledge so he could produce and do the things. So this is not catching Him by surprise. He gave us He gave us the ability to gain knowledge. He educated us from the beginning. So man is just using what he gave us. This is Yvette now. Man is just using what he gave us to create more things, to give him glory, right? I am sure, this is me now, they will never get to the point where they'll replace him. So I don't think we have to worry about that. We just need to embrace what we have. We just need to understand that risk in life is inevitable, like change. Yeah, it's going to happen or it's not going to happen. Huh? We just got to embrace some things. And I've been, talking to a lot of folks. I attended a workshop on this intelligent AI, and, and you have to really caution, take a pause and really look to see that the evolution of man's intelligence is beyond what we could ever think or imagine. Yeah. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm gonna let you answer that question. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use what's available to me. I'm gonna use what's available to me to grow my business. I'm gonna use what's available to me to, live my life, and it's in a medical way and wellness way, improve myself. Yeah, I'm gonna live. Yes, because that's what, when we just be like, oh, I'm not people in the corner. I don't want to see that. I want to hear that. No, expose yourself to it, that you can make informed and intelligent decisions about your own life. If you don't understand or have knowledge, it's hard to make an intelligent decision as to whether or not yes or no, right? So immerse yourself in there and learn of it. Now, I had a great session over this weekend on using the AI platform, the artificial intelligence model, and it is wonderful, my friend. So if you ever get a chance, or you should get a chance, go ahead and do that. Now, if you really want to learn more about this, about AI, about Chat GPT, if you're scared, if you feel like, man, you want to have a little conversation with Miss Yvette, and yeah, go ahead and go to my website, YvetteGuerrero.com, and leave me a message, or you can opt into my ebook, YvetteGuerrero.com/AMF-book. And you can start right there. That's been incorporated in the program. And you cannot not help yourself by avoiding risk, right? Hope that makes sense. So I'll see you on Wednesday when we're going to talk social media strategies. We'll be talking about, and on Friday, what we're doing, what's working, what's not working, some of the things you need to do more of in your business as we continue our content, increasing our content, and in our network marketing business. Content is king, but engagement is queen. So we gotta marry both. Okay. All right. I see you, my friends. Take care, everybody. It's so nice to be back. And I look forward to talking to you a little bit more on Wednesday. But for right now, remember, risk is in everything, right? Yes, it is in everything. So don't believe if you take risk that you're failing. And don't be scared. Just ease into it and lean into it. Warm up yourself to it. And it's going to be all right. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.